which AFC team do you guys think has the best future heading into the World Cup? Of all the teams in Asia right now, who has the best future?
There's so many fun teams, honestly, that you could pick here. And I am so curious to hear y'all's. I don't talk Asian football with anybody else other than this man right here. So the fact that I get to do it right now is incredibly exciting.
I kind of thought program-wise a little bit.
Ooh, like college.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to go which U17 team has the brightest future?
Yeah.
And a team that your viewers are going to love this is Indonesia.
Indonesia, baby, let's go. I was going to say the same thing.
Indonesia, smash the like button. I think we're seeing a serious power shift inside. Let's just focus on Southeast Asia for a second, all right? Vietnam have kind of been on top while Park Hang-seo was the manager for the past couple years. Thailand were right behind, and Indonesia was kind of like battling Malaysia for like third place. Now I think we're seeing, at the past Asian Cup, the first time that they've made the knockouts in their history, massive deal. The fact that they just booty spanked arch rivals Vietnam so bad they sacked Trossier.
Yeah.
And are basically confirmed to round 3 of World Cup qualifying. Now, that might be where the story ends, but that still is a massive improvement from years prior. And we're looking at their U23 team, which just beat South Korea earlier today on penalties and qualified for the Olympics. I want to say the first time ever. Somebody check me. It might not be the first time. But they're in the semifinals now. And damn near half the starting 11 that's in the U23 team was in the Asian Cup.
Oh, yeah.
That's how young they are, man.
They're the youngest team at the Asian Cup as well, and they made the knockouts, and they kind of collapsed against Australia, but
it's Asian La Masia, bro.
Dude, it's insane right now, and a lot of that is because of their dual national program, which has completely transformed Indonesia, and it's something that Vietnam, they don't have a dual nat program. Malaysia does, but he's not bringing in the same amount of talent as Indonesia. And I think, but also with Indonesia, you see a country that is so football crazed, they're willing to invest the resources into getting the program where it needs to be. Is it corrupt as hell? You goddamn right. But at least there's going to be positive movement, and we can see that at the youth level and at the senior level. So I think Indonesia, will they qualify for 2026? I don't think they will, but I think they will qualify for the next World Cup in 2030, and I think they will make the knockouts again in the 2027 Asian Cup.
Yeah.
You stole my pick completely, and that's not to pander to my viewers or anything, but I also took the question the same way. Future, just what team has a really good youth coming up through the ranks? I do think it's Indonesia, and I agree, man. Like, World Cup qualification, especially in Asia, is brutal. It's brutal, and it's unfortunate, but I do think they won't be able to qualify into the tournament. But still, the fact that they're already doing so well, that they've got Vietnam's number not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row is just such a big statement. And then you top that with what we're seeing at the U23 Asian Cup right now. It's really, really positive.
Beat Australia.
It's really good, man. And I think it's worth noting, so I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, it's a hell of a pick. If you look at where Indonesia were 4 years ago and where they are now, probably the most improved team across the entire planet. And, Panama could also be up there.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, it's crazy how good Indonesia have gotten, considering how low in the rankings that they were literally just even a year or 2 years ago. But yeah, it's because of how young they are, man, and because of that dual national program. Ivar Jenner, Justin Hoovman, Marcelo Ferdinand. I was so impressed. Seriously, I could not believe how good Indonesia were, considering that they're basically, at the time, a nobody country in the footballing world. So now that they're already making an impact at these youth tournaments and at the Asian Cup where they qualify for the knockout round, it's incredible what they've been able to achieve. It's a perfect pick. Indonesia, definitely one of the brightest futures in the world.
And they won the esports Asian Cup.
They did win the esports AFC Asian Cup.
So they're also good on the
They beat Japan.
They should have been the first point.
They good on the stage, too. Oh, man. Fellas, I don't know how to follow that up.
Group F, Iraq in first with 12, Indonesia in second with 7, Vietnam, RIP, in third with 3 points, and the Philippines in last with 1. Holy hell, bro. Vietnam, 3 L's in a row from Indonesia. They're turning into Mexico versus the U.S. men's national team. That is shocking. And it wasn't just the fact that they lost. It was the fact that they got beat down 3-0 at home against arch rivals. That's when you blow up the federation, and that's exactly what happened. Philippe Troussier is out. Is he to blame for everything? No, but he's been terrible. He's been terrible. He's a dinosaur. I don't understand why he was appointed in the first place, because of some clout from the Asian Cup in the early 2000s? Nah, man. Nah. I'm glad he's out, honestly. And somebody needs to check on Maxwell, bro. Like, for real. I'm worried about him. I called him 3 times. I left a voicemail. Haven't heard back. I hope he's doing okay. That is 9 losses in 10 for Vietnam. 9 losses in 10 games. They got to be in the worst form of like any team in Asia right now. I mean, maybe Pakistan have a worse form than that, but is that who you need to be comparing yourself to? You're Vietnam. You were pretty much the best team in Southeast Asia recently, and now at best you're 4th. Nah, at best you're still, them and Malaysia are tied. At best you're 3rd. But that is still shocking, given where Park Hang-seo just had this team. So it's peak for Vietnam. And you know what? They're probably done now, because they have Iraq in the Philippines. Like, they're eliminated. Unless Iraq, Jesus Casas throws out the children. And it's going to be in Baghdad as well. They're done. Like, Vietnam are eliminated. I said there's no big surprises. That's the biggest surprise. Vietnam are eliminated from World Cup qualifying. They will not go to round 3. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. If you would have told me that a year ago, I'd have slapped you in the face. I would have backhanded you with a banh mi. But now, given everything that's happened the past couple of months, it makes sense. And it's disastrous for Vietnam. The domestic league's going downhill. The national team is finished. They're sacking the manager. They're getting bodied by arch rivals. At home, dude. It's so bad. It is so bad. Now, regardless, Indonesia, congratulations. You guys are through to round 3 pretty much. You just cannot bottle it against the Philippines. You cannot bottle it against the Philippines. Win that game and you are through. And I think Shin Tae-yong, my boy, I think he's done enough. I think he's done a great job with Indonesia, to be fair. I think he's done a great job. Like, this is, I mean, he's winning competitive matches against arch rivals time and time again. Is it 50% because Vietnam are terrible? Yes, but you still have to give Indonesia credit. I mean, yeah, congratulations to them. Don't fumble this. Please don't fumble this and make me look like an idiot. The Philippines actually gave Iraq a pretty good game. And like I said, Mohamed Ali needed a late winner to win the game in Baghdad. And then they got annihilated at home 5-0. And it's just, they kind of suck. They have fresh uniforms, but they kind of suck. This is a team whose last competitive win was December 2022 in the AFF. Hold on. Against Brunei. You thought I was going to say Thailand. No, absolutely not. They got bodied 4-0. Brunei. That's what's going on here. The Philippines, I don't know enough about them to offer any hope or positive perspective. It's not looking good. And then Iraq. They're doing exactly what I thought they were going to do. I don't want to give too much praise for beating the Philippines twice, 6-0 on AG. You're a team that probably should have made the final of the Asian Cup. Like, this is the bare minimum. Not saying that in a harsh way, but again, talk to me in round 3. Talk to me in round 3, because that's where they faltered last time under a different manager. The team looks very, very good right now. That's when the questions will be answered in round 3. Zenan Iqbal, though, did get his first goal with the senior team. Congratulations. Amir Al-Amari, goal and assist. My boy, and Ayman Hussein with a brace. Yeah. This group, I mean, it's not wrapped up yet because Indonesia have to win. Unless Vietnam surprise Iraq and win, can you imagine? Oh my gosh, that would be insane. And Indonesia fumble it. This one's pretty much going to finish how it's lined up right now.